Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Motherhood Empowerment channel. Today, I'm going to talk about something very personal and possibly divisive. I'm not talking about abortion, but I am going to talk about the my body, my choice sentiment because I feel it is very hypocritical. Now, I am talking more specifically about my choice to do a home birth and my choice to not get vaccines that I don't want. So you know that there's this whole political movement of my body, my choice, and giving women more freedom to choose what to do with their bodies, etc. But in my experience, society has made it very, very difficult for me to make any medical decisions of my own. If I do not make medical decisions that are in line with the recommendations of these huge establishments that are run by mostly men, and there's not a whole lot of intellectual diversity within these institutions that are making these regulations, it's also not holistic. These institutions are very experiment driven, very emergency driven, very intervention driven. And if you don't believe in that, well, good luck. Because if you want to make medical decisions, whatever, when you choose what kind of health care to get, and it's not a family doctor down the street that takes every insurance, well, good luck. If you want to do a birth at a birth center and not get hooked up to IVs and all this stuff, whatever, and no offense to anybody else, this is my personal take. If you don't want to have, do a hospital birth, good luck. If you don't want to be vaccinated, good luck, because the whole society is pressuring you, and all of these hugely authoritative governmental institutions are strongly suggesting certain things. And it doesn't stop there, because right now I am trying to get coverage for a home birth. And I find it so funny because hospital births cost much more, and they're much more... they take up a lot more resources than a home birth does. And yet a home birth is on average $5,000, whereas a hospital birth can cost anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. And I think that is right, strong arming us, right, telling us what to do. But a hospital birth can go anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. And you know what? If you're a woman that wants to do a hospital birth, then do it. That's awesome. And, the insurance company that you pay $300 to $500, whatever, dollars per month so that they can cover stuff for you, medical stuff, the whole reason for insurance, they should cover it. So why is it that if I want to do the cheaper alternative, the more private alternative, the less, using less resources even, why will my insurance not help me out? I mean, I basically pay insurance for no reason because of this hypocrisy. My body, my choice. Well, that's bullshit, because holistic treatments aren't covered. Traditional Chinese medicine isn't covered. Things like massage and other more preventative alternative treatments aren't covered. So I'm paying all this money per month for nothing. And then when I do decide to do something that is considered a medical whatever, they won't even pay for that, even though it's much cheaper. Right. Right. Marky said because they don't get anything from it, because I am attempting to empower myself and go within instead of, reaching out for most of the help. And that's just how I prefer to do things. And so I'm penalized for it. And I just feel that is so wrong. So Tell me, how do you feel about it? I think that us women can be in agreement, right? That hospital births and birth center births and home births should all be covered by insurance that we pay for. I mean, I think I would be hard pressed to find somebody that disagrees with me. And yet, I'm facing this very specific exclusion on my policy about home birthing. Not only that, but like I have to also, so what I have to do is I have to go to a conventional doctor's office and get them to request the appeal and all of the crap, right? And I don't go to doctors' offices. I don't. I mean, we try really hard to implement natural immunity rules in our household, and praise God, been doing pretty good with it so far. And so therefore, I have not needed to go to a doctor. Not that I would go to this office anyways, but the insurance requires me to have their designated type of doctor request that this service be provided, because my request is not good enough. The client, the person, the customer, the person who knows what's best for them and who's paying this money to them, and whose outcome will affect their life, I have no power in this. I have to basically go beg a random doctor's office that's busy and unfriendly, and they don't know me because I don't come in, because I don't need to. I have to try to convince them to help me out and advocate for me. So I'm trying to do that, but it's the most frustrating thing that I have to, as a grown woman who pays for insurance, I have to explain myself again and again and again to all of these authoritative institutions about why I want to give birth from my body in my house versus in a hospital or whatever. Why do I have to explain myself to anyone? I really don't feel like I should have to. So that's frustrating. That's what I'm going through right now. And I am, yes, Ashley, I am fighting it. And it's just a very long process, and I've already been denied. So I said, well, how do I appeal it? Because even if this whole thing doesn't go through, it's wrong to withhold coverage based on discrimination. That's what they're doing. They're discriminating based on my preference of birthing, and that's wrong. So I'm going to continue to lobby it. But the other facet besides giving birth, which is I've often struggled to understand why so many men are OBGYNs. I guess history, and men just being educated at a higher rate than women. I don't know, but it's weird to me. It's like a woman's. I'm pretty traditional with my gender roles here. I feel like it's a woman's thing to birth babies, and so the midwife practice is obviously the best fit for me. So I just think that it's very ironic in this age of modern feminism, and I won't even get into that, but that it's so common for such a truly feminist, and I say feminist, with its original meaning and intentions. A truly feminist institution is highly discriminated against. And women that prefer less resources and less intervention are highly discriminated against because we don't know what's best for us. That's what it is. The institutions know what's best for us. The government knows what's best for us. We don't know anything. So that's very frustrating. And so my body, my choice, that's a big joke when applied to this area, right? So I thought that was so ironic. And then the second part to this is the whole vaccination thing. So I'm not going to get too much into this crazy topic, but the new COVID vaccine, all this, whatever. If you choose not to get that vaccine, you also will be persecuted. And, I saw this in Virginia in, I think, September. It was the guys, I'm really pregnant. Just give my brain a second. the health commissioner recommended and brought, I believe, recommended or brought a bill to the table or something. I don't know how exactly it works, but he was proposing that the COVID vaccine was made mandatory. And I thought, what time am I living in? Where am I? I don't understand what's going on. How will you make anything that's going into my body or my children's body, God forbid, mandatory? How? How would that be possible? You would have to really, really, and this goes way beyond my body, my choice. You would have to infringe upon the human rights, medical freedom, the freedom to not be experimented on. You would have to, oh yeah, Marky says, the nurse looked at me like I was crazy when I said I wouldn't take the COVID vaccine while I was pregnant. That's probably because they teach people in the medical field that every single thing is a life-threatening emergency. It seems like. If somebody has more experience, let me know. That's just been in my experience, but good for you for standing your ground. And, with the vaccine, I don't vaccinate. We don't vaccinate. And I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. But this vaccine is so new. And I have lots and lots of friends that do vaccinate. And they told me that they were way too nervous with such a new vaccine with such little research behind it to inject it into their children, let alone themselves or pregnant them, So it was really concerning to think that mothers and women, I mean, everyone really, but like people will be faced with this, a mandatory injection. And it's my body, my choice. Once again, that's BS, right? Like, what do you mean? You're proposing something that's mandatory that will be injected into my body? It's insane to me. Let me know what you think about that. Ashley says, my doctor told me not to take it because I'm pregnant. See the difference there? That's crazy that your doctor told you not to get it and her nurse looked at her like she was crazy. See, it's the strangest thing. It should be the choice of the woman how to give birth and the choice of the mother and father both whether or not to get injections while pregnant, but also the choice of the individual or the parent to vaccinate themselves or their children. I mean, it's so funny. My body, my choice. Unless you disagree with the medical establishment, and the insurance companies, then it's not your choice. Then we're just going to bankrupt you, or you're going to have to pay insurance so that if you get in a car accident, you can still go to the hospital, but then also cough up all this dough for the doctors you actually believe in and the treatments you actually believe in. There's a lot of not just medical discrimination there, but cultural discrimination. I think about things like I said, traditional Chinese medicine and like stuff like acupuncture and stuff, and how that's very rarely covered. And, what is believed in one culture to be a treatment or a, medicine over here is like, nope, none of that. We can't be having any of that here. Status quo only. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. Please let me know what you think in the comments about the whole my body, my choice, and how that relates to this current mandatory current vaccination that's some people are pushing to be mandatory, and then how women choose to birth. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.